Hey lovies, this is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. Happy Saturday. I hope that you guys have been having a nice weekend so far and that you guys are, resting or doing something fun or have done something fun because if you're watching this, then, you might have already done some fun things, hopefully. But yes, no, nonetheless, what time is it on a Saturday night here on the East Coast? It is going on 8 o'clock. So, some of you guys might be out and about and stuff. Um, or watch at a later time, which is perfectly cool and fine. At least some of you guys have a life. No, just joking. I say that in jest, guys. I say that in jest. But yes, I hope that you guys are doing well at the same time. So we have my soully here, the Phoenix Priestess. I love you. Love you, girl. Check her out. She is an amazing reader, amazing person. I realized that you went live earlier, Allie. I did not know you went live. um, I slept already. Like I had 8 hours of sleep last night, but then when I looked at my Fitbit, my sleep score was only 66. So that means I didn't sleep well, but I did get 8 hours, and I was exhausted, and I ended up falling asleep while we were talking earlier. So I think when I went to sleep, like right around the same time, I ended up like ended up missing your reading. I was like, oh shit. So I have it saved on my thing so that I can play it tonight. But I was like, what? Like, yeah, guys, she analyzes natal charts, so I want to skedaddle over there and ask her about all that. Just saying. And we have Blessings here, the best moderator ever. How are you, my love? All right. So with all that said, we're doing a little bit of introductions and stuff. I saw 20222 when I looked up. So the number two could be very significant for somebody. Let me know if you've been seeing like a lot of twos lately. I like that. It's very cool. But yeah, so with all that said, my loves, we're gonna kind of, say a couple more little tidbits about introductions and things, because I have to do it like that. If I don't, then I feel like I did something wrong because I don't adjust that well. So, for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I hope that you like what you see here and decide to stick around. Um, yeah, we're just gonna, rock with it and see what happens. And yeah, if you end up resonating with the message as these messages come out, hit that like button and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that support. And let's continue to build our channel slash our community here, because we have some of my road dogs here in the chat right now. Thank you guys for everything you do. So that brings me to what I was about to say next, aka the whole, if you've been rocking with your girl for a bit, welcome back and thank you for the continued support. You guys are amazing, and I can't do it without you. So we're gonna get started. Yeah, so this is a very, very general reading. When I say very general, I mean very general. We're just gonna see what comes out. And on top of that, I'm gonna do a Celtic cross to start. Usually, I like pull oracle cards first to kind of get a kind of like a little bit of a baseline of what's going on. But today we're just gonna go in there with the tarot, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna do it as a Celtic cross. All right, so Celtic cross is like about, was it 10 cards total, I believe. And yeah, we're just gonna 10 or 11, one or the other. But yeah, nonetheless, we're gonna see what comes out for you guys, and you know, excuse me, if the messages resonate, let me know in the comments. And yeah, apparently reactions are not a thing anymore for some people. Some people can react and some people can't. I don't know, but if you're able to react, still do so. All right, so let's get started. Let's do a quick little mantra. Spirit, only let positive energy into this reading for the collective. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good. Clearest and most accurate messages, please, and thank you. All right, let's get started. Let's split this deck. All right, so when we split, I like what I see so far, but let's see what's going on. So this could have something to do with finances for some of you, but let's see. We have Queen of Wands here, and we also have the Ace of Pentacles starting out. All right, so yeah, let's see. Hey, what's up, Lottie? Hey, girl. Hey. Welcome, welcome. So we got two of my road dogs right now, who are also readers. So check out the Phoenix Priestess, aka Allie. That's my homie right there. And then check out Tears and Me Tarot Show, where you show nothing, never know we're gonna get. Lottie, all right. Check them out. These are my peoples. Okay. So I will promise you, you will not be disappointed. These are people I go to for guidance. I'll be like, guys, I need help. I need help. Help me. And they help. Okay, so like I said, they do exactly what needs to be done when it comes to, helping other people grow and whatnot. Hey, D. Henry, how are you? All right, so we do have, like I said, we have the Queen of Wands when we split the deck, as well as the Ace of Pentacles. So what I'm kind of getting so far, I think maybe some of you guys are about to either step into like a leadership role. Remember, we're going in blind with this, so we're gonna just see what's going on here. Um, I'm getting something about leadership roles, or if it's not a leadership role, it could be something like needing to be a little bit more confident in yourself. Maybe some of you guys have an attachment style to money that you need to work on. It's giving something like that. All right, so we're gonna shuffle and then see what comes out. Bear with me, guys, because like I said, this is a completely blind reading. Usually I use tarot, I mean not tarot, sorry, oracle to kind of set the baseline. So only take the messages as they resonate in general, right? But now I'm really just like testing my I guess my skills, right? To see what comes out and if it resonates with you guys. So I hope it does. All right, a couple more shuffles, Spirit. I'm sorry if I'm like rambling and talking too much. It's almost like giving like a get to the point. All right, so we got here. On the bottom of the deck, we have Four of Swords. So there could be something about like, fears or anxieties that kind of, 717 when I looked up. It could be something about like fear, stress. Maybe that's one of the things that kind of makes it harder for you to be able to step into this role of either leadership or just in terms of having more confidence around your money. Not sure yet. Yeah, see, that's interesting because pretty much all these cards are in the upright. But for whatever reason, this card is not. And I'm going to take it as it is showing up. We have the Six of Wands on the top of the deck in the reverse. It says failure, losing, disadvantage, disgrace, being hunted, ill will, playing second fiddle, loss, defeat. Maybe you feel defeated when it comes to something, when it comes to, stepping into a role or around finances. Maybe you've just been going through some tough times there, but I'm getting like, I heard rest assured. Every time I see this card, I feel like I hear that, rest assured. That when you start to shift your mindset around those circumstances, or about those circumstances, I should say, it gets better. Interesting. Middle of the deck. Look, see? Ace of Pentacles again. So I'm getting something about finances for somebody. Hey, Jean, how are you? All right, let's do this. All right, so what's the overall energy, Spirit? I feel like I've been rambling way too long. I'm sorry. All right. Come on, Spirit, let's get some messages for the collective. Thank you. All right, so we have, starting out, we have the Ten of Cups. Definitely giving I was gonna say it all weird. Family dynamics might be really important right now. There could be something surrounding like kids, marriage, cohabitation, something like that, or just like family in general is really important right now and plays a really big role in the circumstances in your life currently. Maybe you're just trying to, make ends meet for your family. Maybe, you know, someone in your own family is going through some stuff and you want to help them but you can't. I'm getting a lot of different messages, so please bear with me. And Spirit is saying there's some truth to something that I'm saying. It's going to look different for all of you. Everybody's truth is different, but we do have the Ace of Swords here on the bottom. Top of the deck, we have King of Swords. So that's somebody who's like they're like a planner. So maybe they're saying like starting to plan, like, you know, for family, um, planning for, I'm hearing that pretty strong, planning for family. I'm also hearing like, for those of you who already have an established family, like, how do you further help them on their journey? Like, I'm hearing all these weird things. It's not weird, it's just like it's a lot coming in at one time, so I'm trying to like get all of it at once. But I heard family planning, so there could be people who are currently planning for a family. But then I'm also getting like there are people who already have an established family and it's just about, you know, figuring shit out. I'm getting something like that. Very, very, very interesting. We have the Hanged Man here. So this is about, you know, maybe feeling a little bit confined or trapped in your circumstances. I'm also getting, yeah, see, this is the thing. Some of you guys might be feeling a little bit, it's giving family. Family might be the thing that makes you feel a little bit stuck right now. That's what I'm getting. I'm kind of getting like certain situations or circumstances around family make you feel confined and stuck. Interesting. That's the overall energy. What's the challenge? Yeah. And there's a great sense of like dissatisfaction. I had to move my leg, guys, because I can't. I love sitting in crisscross applesauce, but after a while it hurts between my knee and my hip. I'm like, I can't do that anymore, or at least not for long periods of time. So I'm like, oh, I haven't been doing this that long. My knee is starting to hurt already. It sucks. But yeah. Nonetheless, some of you guys might just be like feeling a sense of like dissatisfaction. Is what I'm getting. When it comes to the dynamics around you, when it comes to family and money. That's the main thing I'm picking up on. Yeah, see, this is like this energy of holding back. Four of Pentacles, you're like, yo, I gotta kind of, you know, I gotta hold back a little bit because I can't keep on letting people like, you know, dip into my stash. You know, it's giving something like that. I heard mustache too. Could somebody who was a male figure been holding back with their own money and or taking from you, siphoning off of you? I don't know if that resonates for somebody. That was interesting because I heard mustache too. Yeah. Hey Carolina, how are you? Hope you're well. All right, what we got here? Yeah, we have Knight of Pentacles here. So it's like this energy of something that's been like slowing you down too on top of all that. It's like it's holding you back. You feel like you have to hold back because people are trying to take from you. This is what I'm getting. And now it's like, okay, well, I know that I have to like not allow myself to stay, you know, confined in this, you know, energy of feeling stuck. Judgment here in the middle of the deck. Interesting. You're waking up. You're starting to see things a lot differently. That could be, you know, you guys being able to hold back on, you know, how you expend your energy and your time, your money. Your coin is the main thing that I'm picking up on. But it's going to show up in different ways for different people. So take the messages as they resonate, like I said before. But all right, let's keep going. Let's see. What is the recent past? Side note: we do have oracle cards that we're gonna pull from too after this blind reading with just the tarot, and it's a Celtic cross right now. So let's just see what Spirit has to say there. It's just harder for me to tap in this way because, like, literally, it's literally just the energy of the tarot. It's like, okay, there are tarot readers and there are intuitive readers, very different, right? So it's like, intuitive readers, which is what I do, like we know the meaning of the cards, but we also use all of our different senses and things like that, and going in. That's why I call it a blind reading. It's like, oh, we're just going in like raw dog, bro. Like, we're just gonna go into this reading. We're gonna see what Spirit has to say. We got another one of my sisters here. We have intuitive interactions. Check her out, guys. What's up, Boki? Hey, girl. Hey. Amazing at what she does. I'm telling you. Hey, I got a few of my sisters that can handle that for me. Can one of y'all do that for me while I'm tapped in, while I'm locked in? All right, so we're just going to see what else Spirit has to say for that recent past. Thank you. Appreciate that. Alright, let's see. Recent past. So, for the recent past, we have, something about the home. Home dynamic is important right now, and we kind of picked up on that with family and stuff. We have Four of Wands here, and it came out along with the Nine of Swords. So you might be losing sleep about whatever this is. 1717 when I looked up. It kind of goes back to like that Eight of Swords vibes that I was kind of picking up on. Like, it didn't show up, but like I was feeling that energy. Like, just being all in your head. And we did see the Hanged Man energy. So very confined energy that you might feel. And it's like losing sleep possibly for some of you when it comes to this home situation. Things that are really close to you. Feeling unsettled. I heard unsettled very strong, that word. Unsettled when it comes to home. Bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot here. Heartbreak with this Three of Swords on the top. Trying to move on past that. Yeah, a lot of burdens. Ten of Wands. A lot of burdens. And it's just like, ooh. Like, I'm already tired as it is, but I'm feeling like even more tired as I'm trying to be. Like, oh gosh. And I said I was going to do like Oracle too. We're gonna do it. But like, just, oh my god, like just feeling so like depleted. I do feel like somebody, and this isn't just my energy, I do feel like somebody has like some type of deficiencies, like vitamin deficiencies. I'm picking up on this very strong. I heard thyroid. Somebody might need to get their thyroid checked. Cortisol, I heard that as well. I heard insomnia. Somebody's not sleeping. Like, at all. If they get like 2 or 3 hours of sleep split up, they're lucky. They're like, ooh, I got sleep tonight. Like, no, nigga, that's not sleep. I'm getting something like that. Or oversleeping, which again is indicative of something being off. So, and then I just started getting heart palpitations out of nowhere. Like, I feel my heart fluttering. Somebody might have something going on with that too. And a lot of it might stem from the stress of the family dynamic, the home dynamic. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, when home and family doesn't bring you any fucking peace, then what the fuck are you supposed to do? It's giving me something like that. And then my throat is doing weird things too. It's like something here. I don't know if somebody has like either they're a smoker or somebody has a smoker in their family. They might want to go get that looked at too. That's where it's being specific. They said Salem's, Cools, and Newports. They're very, very, very specific on that. Somebody might smoke cigarettes. Be careful with that. All of a sudden, my throat started doing weird stuff, and then I heard that. Very interesting. Alright. I think we're gonna keep on tapping into the reading. I'm sorry. If I hear it, I have to say it. Like, Spirit won't let me go past the certain parts of the reading if I don't actually say that. So, okay. I think we got it out, that part. Huh. All right, interesting. Lati says, your mom has thyroid issues. Okay. I know my mom, she's been avoiding getting her thyroid looked at. And I'm like, Mom, like, stop playing this game. Please stop. She also needs to do like a colonoscopy, and she's avoiding that too. So, all right, let's keep going. What's the incoming energy? I think a lot of us also might be at an age where like we're in between a little bit. Like it's giving like midlife. Is what I'm getting. Right side of my ear started going a little weird. Where we're not necessarily like elderly or anything, but we're like taking care of our elderly parents or something like that. But we're in that weird like that cusp where we're almost there ourselves. So it's like, you know, we're trying to take care of ourselves, but we're also trying to take care of our parents and stuff. Her geriatric. So it can start to get a little bit of a daunting task is what I'm getting. Like, all right, tell us more. Like, obviously we want to be there for our family. So, you know, we do what we gotta do, but at the same time it's like making sure that you're taking care of yourself too. Yeah. And maybe that's why the throat chakra is acting a little bit weird. It's kind of giving like, make sure that, you know, you're not constantly saying yes, but it's also okay to say no. You know, it's not a bad thing to say, okay, hey, I'm biting off more than I can chew right now. Hey, Care Bear, how you, my love? Welcome, 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 welcome. Yeah, it's giving me something like that. It's like, it's definitely giving, it's okay to be like, hey, I can't really help right now. Can somebody else help? Oof. A lot going on here. we barely like covered, you know, the surface of what's happening in this reading. I got a lot of cards to pull from you for this Celtic cross. So I was like, shit. If I can make it. All right, so for the incoming energy, now this is actually good energy to see. Let's see what's like surrounding the energy, but we have the star here. I like that. That's giving a sense of hope, healing. So that's actually really good. But let's see what's going with it. 10 of Wands, burdens. The 10 of Pentacles. You know, that has a lot to do with like finances. And, oh boy, 5 of Cups. I'm in the middle of the deck. I'm kind of getting, and I hate to say this. Preparing. We had a it wasn't that recent at this time. Like it was a few months back, but we had a reading where it was talking about preparing for loss. making sure you're setting up your own family for that, like your kids and stuff like that. And we've been talking a lot about like family dynamics and monetary stuff throughout this reading. So now we're getting a little bit more of a hint at what that could be about with this Five of Cups in the middle of the deck. So now I'm a little bit concerned because I don't know if it's saying like you're gonna be the one carrying like the financial burden of your family when somebody goes. So if you know that you have somebody in your family who's like not doing that great, make sure you guys have things in order. If you know you're not doing that great, have things in order. Or just in general, make sure that, you know, because I just spoke to my son. I'm I'm going on 41. My son is gonna be 20, and we just spoke about it the other night in our little 3-hour conversation. My baby was able to carve out some time for me. He was like, "Hey, mom," and as my daughter, like my fur baby, "Hey, baby," um, comes out of hiding / resting, and now she's right here. So maybe she knows something too. It's like it's important for us to be able to discuss these things, even though it's a hard conversation to have. That's what I'm getting. So we have to. You agree? Right. That in my eyes. She's looking at me. Yep. Mm-hmm. What's gonna happen to me, mom? That's like what she's saying. So if you die, mom, what's gonna happen with me? I don't know, to be honest with you. So that could be a sign for me too to work on like a will. You know, you have to talk about these things. It's a hard conversation to have, but we don't want to have regrets, and we don't want to have our loved ones having to our next of kin, so on and so forth, to have these hard conversations, right? Let's make sure we make it as easy for them as we can. And it's one of those things, like, again, I didn't think it was gonna go this way, I'll be honest with you, but like Spirit is saying, hey, we have to have that conversation. All right, we're gonna keep going. Ooh, yeah, see, I'm gonna put these back, but because it's like a whole stack of cards. But like, look, it's there. The devil. There are attachments and things that some of us have that we have to, got the Wheel of Fortune. Trying to move on from them, but we have to be honest with ourselves. Maybe one of the things that is the toxic thing is the fact that we end up in a position where we're taking care of all the financial burden. We talked about financial burden before. We didn't know where it's coming from. When it comes to loss, we can't put that onto our family members. We have to have those hard conversations, especially if we're getting older. If we have kids, let's start talking about it. Even if you don't have kids, you might have to talk to your own parents and be like, hey, so don't want to have this talk, but let's talk about this. I have to talk to my dad because I know he has nothing said at all. I'm like, yo, nigga, Mr. Fernandez, you are not about to put all this onto me because I'm the only one who works or anything like that. Like, my brothers don't do anything, so it's like everything's gonna be on me. No, thank you. I'm pretty much his next of kin. So it's like, hell fucking no. Love you, Dad. You end up watching this. We have to have that talk that you've been, wanting to have, and I avoided for a little bit. Nope, can't avoid it anymore. It's happening too rapidly in my own family, and I'm seeing it on both sides. So I'm like, yep, nope. My mom, she was crying recently. She's like, yeah, we need to have that talk. I'm like, I don't want to, but it has to happen. So, yeah. And if you have your own kids, it's time. Set things up, especially if you're a little bit older. Set it up, and even if you're not, life be life, and you never know. I'm not trying to be morbid. I promise you, I'm not. I didn't think this is where this reading was gonna go. Like I said, I went in completely blind, but somebody needs to know this. All right. So what is the root or the foundation? What's going on behind the scenes that the collective doesn't know? Yeah. The law, the courts are going to be involved in some kind of way. And they want you to know that. This is definitely about preparation. Preparation for sure. Yeah, see, look, 10 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. They want you to know, like, hey. Yeah, the Magician on the top. It's kind of giving, like, having that willpower to, like, do what needs to be done. It literally says directing your will. Wow. The things that you know that you want, this is the time to act and talk about it. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. Third or fourth time throughout this reading. Shit. Wow, this is such a different reading. I was like, I don't know what's gonna come out, but we're gonna go with this. Bear was like, we're gonna do this today. I was like, okay, we can. It's fine. And they're like, yeah, no. This is very different than what we usually like talk about in here. I've only had one other reading that talked about something similar. And ironically, not that much later, probably a couple months later, and I ended up having a loss in my family. So this could be, you know, you guys just need to really be privy to this information. And then, like, in that comment section and stuff, people were talking about, like, losses in their families and things like that. Like, parents and things like that. And, yeah. You have to be cognizant of the fact that, you know, life is precious. While we're here, let's make sure that we can set our families up for success. You know, a lot of us want to say stuff like, oh, yeah, we could talk about that another time. But while we're here, let's focus on it, especially like while we are younger. For those of us who are, you know, not like old yet. Like, I'm considered as middle age, you know, like, I don't know. There's a lot going on in this reading. All right, let's keep going. I just realized what I did there. I'm thinking I'm doing a cross of truth, and I'm not. Okay, so I apologize for that. This card actually still makes sense. So do these. The ironic part is, like, where I put the placement, the cards still make sense. It's just that they're not in the order that they were supposed to come out. What's going on in the conscious mind? Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. So we have Queen of Cups here. A lot of emotions involved. Came out with these cards, but they didn't flip up, so we're gonna just rock with that. I think you guys are becoming a little bit more observant of your circumstances. You're like, yeah, no. Page of Swords and Queen of Swords. Trying to understand how to, like, understand your emotions a little bit better and more is what I'm kind of getting right now. There's definitely, like, karmic lessons and stuff that are, you know, kind of being brought on to you at this time, at the same time. With that Justice card from before, you're healing. It's It's funny how like even if the cards come out in a different order, they still have the same meaning as long as you put them in the right placement. All the stuff makes sense. All right, tell us more. What's the attitude? Spirit's like, no, 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 no. Rest assured, we know exactly what you were asking and what like the purpose of the card meant. Thank you. Cold motherfuckers. Cold, cold, cold. Y'all like, man, listen. Y'all motherfuckers playing in my face a little too goddamn much, and I gotta do what I gotta do. Yep. I've invested a lot of my time and my energy into certain people who are just not where I need to be. They're not riding the same wavelength as me. You guys are realizing that a lot more. Making decisions. Hard choices. Hard choices. You're like, yeah, nah. Distancing yourself from people that don't align. Yep, moving on. Upstairs or is that next door? Because those are very two different things. I think it goes upstairs. I heard like a thump. Eight of Wands here. Alright, I didn't see what was going on. I'm starting to see some stuff. Thank you, Lati, for feeling willing and able to share that. Because that's not an easy thing to share. And it definitely puts us in that line, that scope, right? Of being able to say, hey, we never know. We really don't. Like the people who have been the strongest in our lives, we're just like, damn. I hope that they can just keep on being that person, right? That strong person. And you know, when we start to see that deterioration happening within our own parents and people who are close to us and stuff within ourselves, like I said, I told my son the other day, I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, like I'm not feeling all that great myself, and I get worried about that. Like I have heart condition and stuff. Like I have a lot of stuff going on. So it's like yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, I almost went to the hospital because I was like, what is this? I don't feel right. And I felt like, because I already have like, you know, high blood pressure, cholesterol, all that stuff. Like, so I'm like, okay. A lot of times I write these things off, and I know people are like, don't do that. Why would you do that? Well, I'm not going to keep going to the hospital every time I feel it. Because it could just be like an anxiety attack or something. I don't know. But like, I didn't feel good yesterday. And like, I felt like a shooting pain, like from here, and it radiated to my back. Everybody's like, that could have been a stroke. Could have been dying or a heart attack. I was scared. I felt tingling in my fingers, and I'm like, I'm here, so obviously that's not what it was. But it's like, fuck. How do I know when it is? Like I don't want to play that game because it's like I just, I don't know. But then I'm also cognizant of the fact that I feel that stuff already because of the fact that I have those things going on. And I have the anxiety and stuff like that. So it's like, I'm like, okay, so it's an anxiety attack. And on top of that, it's every time I'm at that fucking job. Y'all know the job I'm talking about. If you know, you know. The liquor store job. I don't want to be there. I hate that fucking place. I don't want to be there. Every time I'm at that fucking store, I've been there for 17 years. I hate working there. Like, I'm stressed already at the school. Like, when I worked there right after, I'm just like, oh no. I was fine all day. But the closer and closer it got to me having to go there, that's when I started to feel off. And I got there, I felt like absolute fucking shit. So it's that fucking store. And when the closer it was to me leaving my shift, I was like, oh, 7 o'clock hits 6:30. I was like, wait a minute, I feel better. So I'm not dying. I'm fine. It's just that place gives me that feeling of like gloom, and I'm just like, ugh, you know, oversharing a little bit right now. It's supposed to be a collective reading, but maybe somebody of you can resonate with this. Like a place that just makes you feel a sense of impending doom, where like you go there and you just feel all the anxiety and your chest hurt, and you're like, it just don't feel right. It doesn't sit well with you for whatever reason or another. And I'm just like, I don't like this. I can't. You know, so somebody might resonate with this. You've put a lot of, you know, you're thinking a lot about this, and you put a lot of time and energy into something. And you're like, you know what? It's time to make a choice. With this two of wands, like you have to make a choice. You go back and forth on that decision with this two of pentacles. You go back and forth, and some spirit wants me to share this for a reason. Like, why am I there? The only reason why I'm there, to be honest with you, is because it does, as somebody who works in the education field, I don't make enough money to sustain myself. I don't. So here in Connecticut, I do not sustain myself enough in terms of finances to be able to work at just that job. In fact, the majority of the educators that I work with, most of them have second jobs, including the actual teachers. I'm only an associate, or an assistant, I should say, assistant teacher. Most of us have second jobs. What does that tell you about anybody who works as a teacher, education, helping field, any of that stuff? Most of us don't make much money. We're lucky for making $50,000 a year. That ain't shit in Connecticut. What the fuck is 50,000? You know, no wonder a lot of us need, you know, a couple of jobs. And I'm talking about actual teachers. A lot of them are, you know, making about 50 to 55. Special education teachers. And then they expect you to keep on getting, not me, but other, you know, actual teachers who are expected to, you know, keep on getting credentials and stuff. You know, it puts you in a different tier each time that you get a different, you know, credential. So why do teachers, who sometimes have to pay out of pocket to support their students, why are they not getting paid fairly? It makes no sense. And that happens a lot in the helping field. There are social workers and counselors and stuff who are not getting paid fairly either. But then the jobs that they apply for, it requires them to have master's degrees and things like that. And it's like, it at least a bachelor's, and even bachelor's at this point in time doesn't get you anywhere. So it's like, make that make sense. I just saw you posted, I think it was a short. I gotta check that out. So it's like, it's a scary world that we live in, because it's like, you know, a lot of us, we want to do things for other people. We invest in other people, all these things. But then we're stuck in a position where we don't even get compensated fairly to live in this 3D world. And then we have to do things that we don't want to do just to make ends meet. Make it make fucking sense. I don't want to work at that liquor store anymore. I don't want to serve my people who are alcoholics fucking alcohol. Makes no sense. It's so counterproductive. It makes no sense. I literally went to school for that shit. Why am I still doing that? It's so low vibrational. I don't want to do it anymore. It literally makes me sick. somebody must feel like this too. It's not just me. It can't just be me. And if it's not like the same situation, it's just simply, you know, you work so hard, right, to go to school for something where you're not compensated fairly, and then you just feel like, what the fuck am I doing? It doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. Just trying to figure it out how. I want to help people. You know? I want to help people. But I can't. At least not the way that I, you know, planned on. I don't know. It's so weird, man. It's so weird. Alright, let's look deeper into this. Ryan, where are you going? I need you as my support animal. You're leaving me. She's like, well, bitch, I'm old. I'm 10 years old. Because I see her stretching her little hips. Where you going? Don't leave me, mama. She'll be back. But yeah, tell us more, spirit. She's like, bitch, I was sitting with you for a long time too. Just like you say, you gotta move around. I gotta move around too. All right, let's see. What is the environment? I do have both of those companies around me, Jean. The thing is though, like also like flexibility in terms of my schedule, because like I'm not trying to work more than like 3 days as part-time. Like I could probably do like 1 day out of the weekend as full-time, like 8-hour shift. But anything past that, I'm kind of limited because I work already every day. So I'm like, you know, like those companies, they'd be like, oh, you need weekends. It's like, I'm not working both of those days. I niggas got to figure that part out. But, all right, tell me more. Thank you. What do we got here? Whatever they are, I was going to say, it came out in the reverse. The environment. Woof. Wow. They came out legit in the reverse. We're going to take them as they came out. Yeah, you guys, for those of you who end up resonating with this reading, there's this lack of clear thinking because we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Maybe you're worried about what people have to say about you or something. Ren, can you move, please? You're like literally standing on where I'm about to put the cards. Over here. Or at least move. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. But yes. Maybe you worry about what people have to say. You have the Empress. Maybe your own mother. What they have to say. High Priestess. Maybe you worry about what they have to say in terms of like some of your spiritual gifts or something. What is all this fucking noise? What is that? I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's like a grinding sound, like something dragging. What is that? It's driving me nuts. But I don't think it's my mom. I know she like moves her little walker thing, but like that sounds louder, so I don't know. She just went to the bathroom a little while ago, so I don't think it's her. I don't know. But yeah, nonetheless, we do have a potential mother energy, especially as we've been talking about family dynamics. Maybe the mom is, for some of you, the energy that has been a concern for some, not for everyone. Maybe it's just like this energy that you guys are working on yourself. You're trying to level up, and then it's just always something. You know, you're worried about what other people have to say about you, and it's like, yeah, no, you know, 5 of Cups in the middle of the deck. Like, yeah, people are gonna talk. People are gonna see what they have to say. Now I'm hearing all the doors. Yeah, it was somebody who had to go to the bathroom. So I'm like, what the fuck is all that noise? And it actually is my mom. My ear just got muffled. As we're talking about like mother energy. One thing though, I will say this. My mom, I don't have to worry about any of like negative energy around her, like that type of stuff. That you've been confirmation that we've been talking about in this reading. Like one thing with her, like she is the most humble, freaking sweetest person ever. And I'm like, damn, mom, how are you like that? She's and she said Sagittarius like me. I was born like a week later after her 21st like her 20th birthday. I said 21st because I had my son when I was 21, but like no, her had me at 20. She was a little youngin. My parents were youngins. And I'm just how'd you come up like how'd you come up like that? Like she's just so sweet. Like everybody who knows her, they're just like myself included. I'm like so like just sensitive and caring and loving. I need to look at her actual chart. Where's your actual birth certificate? Because like there's no way. Like she has to have some like water in her chart somewhere. I have only one placement of water. As if Ali is still here, we talked about it earlier. I'm like I know for a fact I'm a Scorpio South Node, and that's a very interesting placement because that's all about your like what you're meant to release. So there are a lot of emotional things I'm meant to like let go of from like past lives and things like that. But that's neither here nor there. All right, so let's see. What's the hope and or fear for the collective? Damn. Steak. I've been wanting steak. I'm like, oh, steak. Interesting. Like, now, granted, I ain't gonna sit here and act like I know everything about all that stuff because I honestly don't. Um, like if I were just doing it based on what I think I know, ooh, that's an interesting one. Because Aquarius is very like headstrong, logical. I'm kind of getting like this energy of like one of the things that you are probably meant to release in this lifetime is being a hard ass. That's what I'm getting. Like just being a hard ass. Jean. Let's call you Jen. They know somebody named Jennifer. Or there's somebody named Jennifer who might resonate with this little quick message. But like what I'm picking up on real quick is like this like and sorry, emotions are one of those things. That type of thing is like hard, and maybe learning how to not let intellect, as I heard the word intellect, be the thing. That's not my mom anymore, so what the hell is that? Because now it's coming from up there. It's like it feels like the whole thing just shook. So weird, but whatever the case. This energy of somebody who is kind of a little bit of a hard ass and very, very, very intellectual, very logical, and learning how to like welcome in emotion a little bit more as a South Node. That's what I'm picking up on. Let me know if that makes sense. Alright, so let's see. Let me know if that makes sense, Jean, because for whatever reason they wanted me to elaborate on what you just said. And then Lati says she's been thinking about steak. Steak sounds amazing. I love steak. I'm trying to slow down on red meat and pork. It's really hard. It's really hard. Pork is not that hard for me because I don't eat that much pork. There are certain things I absolutely love for pork, but I could definitely, you know, be all right. And then yeah, steak. That's like that's got a place in my heart. When I go to a restaurant, I'm like, damn, I want a nice medium rare steak with some mashed potatoes or some type of potato. It doesn't matter what type. Potato. And like a veggie on the side. Spinach or broccoli. Something, right? Corn. Something. Damn, that just sounds so good. Alright, fat ass. Calm your ass down. Got me there. Got me there, bitch. But yeah. Wow. So you have two Aquarius South nodes. Care Bear, did that make sense for you too? And then, sorry, one second. Wow, so there's something about Jennifer for you too, Lati. What the fuck is that? Something about Jennifer. Somebody knows a Jennifer, or that's their like their actual name or something. I don't know. Whew. Wow. All right. So I'm sorry, guys. The hope and or fear here is just I'm getting more. This is about the hope, right? As you guys become a little bit more in tune with telling your truth, being honest with yourself about what it is that you need to say, whether it's to someone else or to yourself, that allows for that spark to happen. Ace of Wands. So the thing is, it's like, the more honest you are with yourself, the more that you allow to welcome in what it is that you're meant to do. Yeah, you've invested in things that don't necessarily serve for a while, is what I'm getting. Yeah, you have to choose yourself, and that's a hard choice to make with this Two of Swords here. I'm getting being honest with yourself. The more honest with yourself you are, the more that you're able to work on that healing and allow for what exactly is meant to be. Throat chakra. It's acting weird now. There's something that you guys want to say, or you're so afraid to say something that you don't want to, you don't want to hurt people. You don't want to hurt somebody with your words by being honest. Like, I literally feel like someone's going like this to my neck. There's something about just like, I heard closure, like they're like just ending something. Whether it's a relationship, like romantic, or something with a friend, family, something just feels off. And it's like, that you have to, in order to work on yourself, in order to heal and all these different things, invest in yourself, so on and so forth, that there's something that you have to be able to acknowledge that you haven't fully accepted, or you're in the process of doing so. Wow. But it's rough because there's a lot of emotion involved, and you care about this person or these people, especially if it has to do with family. And we talked about that very, very, very heavy throughout this reading. Something about family in particular. All right. Wow. I have all these cards here. I'm not reading from all those. I'm sorry. This is not happening. If I do happen to read from them, I'm only gonna do like 1 to 2 cards from each deck. But yeah, because we're already almost an hour in. This is just the Celtic cross. Just the Celtic cross. Y'all know how I read. Y'all know my style. Like, I usually do a whole bunch of freaking Oracle first, and then the tarot. And you guys are resonating with these messages with just the tarot. So I'm just like, I don't think I need to beat a dead horse. I think you guys already know what's happening here. Alright, so let's see. What is the likely outcome? And then maybe like 1 card from each deck after that. 1 to 2. 2 tops, I feel. If this message has been resonating with you so far, almost an hour later, if it resonates, let me know in the comments. I know reactions is like a weird thing right now. Some people have reactions and some people don't. But either way, let me know. And if you haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Alright, let's get 1 more card from here. or not one more card, but just like the likely outcome. What we got here? We got 2 cards. All right, so interesting. Very similar energy from what we picked up way early in the reading before we actually pulled cards, which is very crazy. We did get an energy of something about being a leader, but not feeling recognized. Wow, that showed up. That's the cards that are coming out. King of Swords and I said King of Swords. King of Wands, sorry, along with the Six of Wands in the reverse. So, as you're stepping into this, new position in your life, and remember initially we did pick up on maybe this was going to go like the route of possibly finances and career, but it took a complete turn. In the very beginning, you are still in this place of taking, I heard the word accountability. Accountability over your life. Yeah, everybody's not going to always recognize, your awesomeness, your greatness, but it's up to you to be able to recognize who the fuck you are and not worry about what other people have to say. Again, rest assured, and this showed up earlier too. There are going to be fears, see, throw chakra, fears and anxieties that might get the best of you sometimes. Don't let it. Yeah. This is the time for you to focus on your happiness. The time to focus on your happiness. This is about you now. I think you guys have done so much for those who you care about, your family and stuff like that. Take that sense of ownership and accountability over your own life. It's okay to be there for other people and help. We did see stuff about there could be like sick family members and stuff like that, and it's a lot to take on, and that's totally understandable. But this is definitely a time for you guys to also recognize that it's okay to kind of take that step back a little bit when needed to focus on you. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. Hard choices. Hard choices. Not an easy thing to do, to step in like that. Then for somebody who might, if it does have to do with like that, a loved one who, is kind of in that transitional period or something, you might be one of the oldest ones or the oldest. Picking up on something like that before too. And if you're none of those things, it could just be the simple fact that you're so relied upon at this time that you just have to be there, or you feel like that at least. We have Knight of Wands as the likely outcome. So they're letting you know that at this time, this is definitely about going after things that you want with a sense of passion. You really want to be cognizant of the fact that you don't want to make any hasty decisions. Don't just act on passion, impulse, that kind of thing. Also make decisions that allow for you to make decisions based on logic, and we talked about that earlier. Yeah, see, wow, how is that for a juxtaposition? Now, granted, all the knights are very quick moving. They just be doing shit. But one thinks more like on impulse, where the other one thinks more about logic. They still sometimes are not quite logical. Does that make sense? So just be cognizant is what I'm saying. Yeah, because there are some types of endings or something, or some sense of defeat, that's happening here. Pay attention. We saw that earlier too. That Page of Swords. Pay attention. Any last message from the tarot? It's funny because I technically was asking about that before, but I never asked what the likely outcome was. So Spirit's like, we're gonna double back on that as I'm looking at this. Yeah, they're like, whatever decisions that you make sure that you do them in a sense of leadership. Bold decisions. Wow, that card keeps showing up. That 4 of damn swords. You know, and there are going to be things that are going to be kind of hard right now. Shit. This is the first time where I've done a Celtic cross where the cards were, as I'm asking about cards or I'm, reading or whatever, where I'm just like, yo, what is happening? Like, everything was so jumbled. And I'm slightly frustrated with myself, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm like, I have no problem with doing a spread, but for whatever reason today was the only time that I've ever been all over the place like that with a spread. I was putting cards in different places, but the thing, or asking cards in like the wrong order and stuff like that, because there's supposed to be like the order of how you ask the cards, or the questions for the placements, and the reading makes sense nonetheless. It's just like, what the fuck. So it's kind of giving this energy that might be where you guys are. You might feel so jumbled up within yourself where it's like, what the fuck? I need answers. I don't know my direction. It's giving me that. And it's like, the direction is the part where it's like, okay, I know what I'm meant to do, but I need the direction. Help me. Let me know if that makes sense. It's like, it's definitely just feeling like a sense of just feeling jumbled up. Everything still will come together regardless, but it's like, wow. Because again, like anybody who, if you're a reader or you've watched readings, like, there's, if you do a spread, like they're meant to come out a certain way. Like you ask a question or whatever, it's meant to come out that way. I typically am very good at making sure I ask, because I'm very meticulous about that type of stuff. I ask the questions, I put the cards in the place that they're supposed to be, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm looking, I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? And I'm just like, goddamn. But I'm hoping that nonetheless that the messages are coming out clear and giving you a sense of insight. Because even as the reader right now, I do feel that sense of like feeling jumbled up, like a little bit of loss of direction of how to handle certain things, how to feel, I'm getting, how to think. We're gonna go with it, because Spirit, to be honest with you, I'm gonna go with what Spirit's telling me on this too. We're doing things very different tonight. Maybe that's one of the things that they want you to know. Like, it's okay to do things differently. I know Lati just said something earlier about, doing things by the book all the time. You don't have to do things by the book, which is ironic because I'm about to read from the book. But she was saying, like, it's okay to do things a little bit different. I very rarely read from the book. So I'm doing it a little bit different. This is different, So we're going to go with that. We're going to keep that momentum going when it comes to doing things differently, right? We don't have to do everything a certain way all the time. It's okay to think outside of the box every once in a while. Okay. All right. So let's see. I know my girls have said we getting the ingredients together. That's right. You guys gotta check her out. Lati from Tears and Wheat Tarot Show. You sure enough never know what we're gonna get. Care Bear too. She's another reader. Check her out as well. Got some of my favorite readers that have been popping through. So check my girls out. Okay. I'm just reading the messages real quick. Sorry. Yeah. I'm more of a, kind of whatever goes kind of gal myself, but for whatever reason today, they were like, oh, we're doing a Celtic cross. I'm like, oh, is that what we're doing? So, we're just gonna do things a little bit different. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can dig it, because the thing is, like, if you're an intuitive reader, you can feel the difference in the cards. So, those of us who, if that's how we read to begin with, we don't need a spread. Like, I'm in a group that is called Everything Tarot or something, or All About Tarot. And, some of them are like what we call like legit tarot readers. What I mean by that is like everything there is to know about each card, they know every fucking thing. And I'm like, I don't even know everything about every card, but they know every fucking thing, and it's very, very interesting. But they also believe that you have to, like, they feel like there's a specific way that you read tarot, and there's not much wiggle room. Let me know if that makes sense. So everything, like, they do everything such a specific way because every card has a specific meaning, and they're like, oh well, whatever the card means, that's what it means. There's no wiggle room. So they use spreads and stuff like that, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it intrinsically. But it's like, if you're an intuitive reader, there's always wiggle room. We don't read like that. So it's like, we could know the meaning of the cards, but we still gonna do it differently. Yeah. Yeah. I consider myself an intuitive reader. But or channeler. But like, yeah. Now I'm starting to understand the difference a lot more. You know what I mean? It's different. It's not the same. Again, nothing wrong with how they do it. It's just it is different, you know. If you're intuitive, you use also your own, like they always say, oh, we use our intuition, blah blah blah. Okay, if you say so, but like with us, it's more of a, we use our intuition as well as all of our different senses and things like that. So literally, we could we can channel in a way where we feel emotions and ailments and all kind of different things. I smell things, I taste things, all kind of, like, literally my fat ass the other fucking day. I say fat ass like, as a term of endearment right now. I'm not talking bad about myself, because I know that I have to work on how I talk about myself, work to myself, but it's literally just a joke right now. But yeah, like when we were talking about gravy, I was like, wait, why am I picking up on gravy? And then Lati says, and I was like, I'm getting meatloaf or something. And she says that she had meatloaf that day. By the way, guys, I did not have meatloaf that day because the restaurant was closed. I was like, fuck. But I did have country fried steak with gravy and mashed potatoes and spinach. That shit was good. I didn't eat the whole thing. I only ate half of it. I try to at least split my food up in half when I eat. But nonetheless, it was good. But like stuff like that. Like I can smell stuff. I can taste stuff. So on and so forth. So, I have a lot of different things going on. Like I said, I feel things, a lot of different things. So it's like, there are all these different, intuitive messages that we receive. And it's just about how we allow ourselves to receive them. So, just saying. Seems like a lot, but I just said, get back to the reading. But yeah, like I said, and now I'm starting to see things more, and I've said that on the channel before. I see things more, like, not very vividly, like specific faces or anything, but I can see like figures and like a scene. It'll be like almost like a projection. Like I'll be looking, like when I'm reading, and then I can see a projection of something happening, and I could gather what's happening in the projection, and then I could deliver that message, but I can't see like faces or anything. Let me know if that makes sense. Maybe for somebody who's kind of like me. I don't know. I'm very different, weird, and unorthodox. So sometimes I feel like, am I doing it right? Like, I'm like, no, of course you're doing it right. We all have different things, but so interesting. All right, so I'm gonna go to a page that I feel drawn to. Yeah, it's like a film reel, and I don't always hear voices or anything. Sometimes it almost reminds me of like way back in the day, like the black and white almost, or it almost looks almost like sepia. Like it's not black and white quite, but it's not color either. It's like, it's so weird. It's like, it's so hard to explain. But like, if you ever see me like just looking off to the side and I'm like staring, sometimes I see a figure and sometimes I see like a whole thing going on. I'm like, what is happening? What's wrong with me? But it's nothing wrong. It's just, I'm still trying to process some of this stuff. Some of my peoples, they're like so like you know, locked in where they're like, girl, that's I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like a fucking projector. I'm just like, what is that? And again, sometimes I don't hear anything. It's just, you know, it's like a silent film almost. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm seeing. And but when somebody can clarify that that's what's going on in their life too, I'm like, oh, wow. All right. So I'm sorry, guys, I'm talking too much. All right. So I am going to. Instead of pulling a card from this deck or a couple of cards, I'm just gonna go to one page from here that I feel drawn to. Let intuition kind of guide me to the page, and then we're gonna go from there. And then I have some other decks that I might not even pull from, to be honest with you, because I feel like we got a lot out of this reading already. So, oh, you're dream traveling too. Damn. I mean, I astral project, but whoa. That's really cool. All right. Spirit, only show us a positive message from here that the collective needs to see and hear at this time. What we got? All right. So, blessed. I just heard it's you're too blessed to be stressed. Hey, Katie. Hey, Mike. Very, very, very interesting. All right, so, did I not say earlier that I was picking up on the number 2? Refresh my memory on that. You guys may be seeing number 2. It says 22. All right, so essential meaning of the card, blessed. It says something wonderful that is unearned and unexpected. I would say that's not unearned. It's just unexpected, in my personal opinion, but whatever. I think everything is earned, quite frankly. But it says grace is an unforeseen gift from spirit. The Oracle's message. It says there are moments in life when out of the blue it seems that everything has been orchestrated by the divine intervention. You feel blessed in ways that are difficult to express. It's as if the Red Sea parts in front of you and events come together to banish your troubles easily and naturally. You know deep down you did nothing to deserve any of it. I think you guys worked really hard to get to this, but whatever. And yet here you are. This is one of those times. Let awe and gratitude for all of your blessings guide you now. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, sometimes, you know, things kind of fall. I'm getting like things kind of feel like they fall on our lap out of nowhere. And they're letting you know, hey, it's meant to be a blessing. But at the same time, throat chakra. Like, even in here it's saying like, oh yeah, you didn't do anything to necessarily deserve it or earn it. I honestly don't feel that way. I honestly feel that you've been through so much shit already where you almost expect for things to keep on kind of going that way and feel like a bunch of bullshit in your life. And then when all these things start to kind of take shape and form in a new different direction, you're like, wait, so maybe that's more of a projection on your end. Like, I don't feel like I deserve this. Did I really earn this? And yeah, you did. You busted your ass to get here. You need to give. I'm getting grace. Like, you need to give yourself a little bit more grace when it comes to, you know, the things that you've worked hard for, and then they start to actually happen, even though it took a long time to get there. That's kind of what I'm picking up on. So let's see. Let's pick a card or two from the chromatic lemonade here. Yeah, I hope this is making sense so far, though. Yeah, definitely give ourselves a sense of grace and appreciation for our blessings. Recognize our hard work to get here is what I'm getting. Yeah, as those ships sail on. Excuse me. No, I feel like you guys have been very committed to, you know, trying to work on yourselves, trying to help other people, We saw that a lot throughout the reading, especially family. That seems like to be the big thing. Um, yeah, it's time to welcome in new blessings for yourself at the same time. That's okay. Don't feel selfish. Maybe this is one of the messages I'm picking up on. Don't feel selfish for being able to be happy for yourself. When you see other people around you, including family, sometimes kind of struggling. Wow, that's an interesting message. Do you feel, ask yourself this, Spirit wants me to say this. Do you feel guilty for accepting your blessings because you feel like if you accept those blessings, then that means that you're placing yourself above your loved ones? Wow, that's deep. Do you feel guilty about accepting blessings for that reason? Because you feel like you will be a bad family member, whatever that is, a bad, daughter or son, a bad mother or father, a bad sibling, bad cousin. Wow. Oof. That's interesting. That's for somebody. That's not gonna be for everybody, but that hit me kind of hard. You're missing out on your own blessings because you feel like you have to keep yourself in a certain way to be there for other people who you love and care about, your family, possibly. Oh, that's deep. Yeah, see, and I saw this when I split the deck before. You feel so committed to those who you love and care about that it could be hard for you to actually accept the blessings that are coming your way. But often you might have to allow for certain. This isn't about like the depth and stuff that we're picking up on earlier. This is something different now. I'm feeling. Sometimes you have to allow for things to just end because you block your own blessings by allowing for people to stay in your life longer than they're meant to. Yeah. There might have to be a talk to be had. Wow. This is a lot. Yeah, exactly, Lati. Exactly that. Exactly what people do. Oh, see? As you're talking about people waiting for your downfall, we have the mice card again. And that was a very strong energy in the last reading we did. Very, very strong. And it's like, people, they gossip and they talk and they're just like, ooh, what can we wait for to happen like now that's gonna like deter so and so the collective off of their path? How can we fuck that up, right? And it's going on behind the scenes with this moon energy. So it's like, people talk behind your back, but then it's because they see how you're doing well by yourself. You're riding off into the sunset. You know what I mean? You're doing your own thing. You're not worried about everybody else and their bullshit. Yeah. And it comes from the home. It's family. Wow. And this is a little bit of a different message than what we were picking up on earlier. Family is definitely a big dynamic here in general. But for some of you, it's even family who's deceptive. And that's the thing, like, one more from here, Spirit. Like, that's the thing, like, being able to understand that, not everybody has your best interest, right? And we've been discovering that more and more lately. More and more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I looked up. It's wild. Alright, so what cards actually came up? Yeah. And this is all kind of aligning. Alright, so we have Anchor. Hey Monique, how are you, my love? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're well. Alright, so guys, we have, as these 3 cards that came out together, we have Anchor, we have Heart. We talked about things that are very, very heart-centered throughout this reading. We have Cross. which is giving a couple of things. It's giving beliefs. It's giving, you know, something that is, you know, so heavy to continue to, you know, hold on to. You can't do it anymore. Endings, right? It's not your cross to bear anymore. These coming out together, there's something very, very heart heavy that's keeping you held back. And you can't hold on to it anymore. You just can't. And it's people who are in your, possibly in your family, who you love and you care about deeply, but you're realizing more and more that this is just bringing you down. Yeah? And again, people fucking gossip and they talk. It's a lot. You gotta water your own fucking garden, man. You gotta water your own garden. You can't even get the words out. The spirit is like, this is a hard thing for you guys to comprehend and say. That's my ears starting to ring like crazy. Yeah. I think you guys are starting to realize that more and more. Yeah. You can't hold on to everybody else no more. Damn. One more from here. I said 2 cards, but they lied. They said, yeah, no. Or I lied, I should say. They're like, no. There's no. Okay. Yeah. Commitments. You know, you've committed to things way too long. And you're realizing, yeah, no, man. Can't do it anymore. Yep. How many times did that card come out? Like 3 or 4 now? Woman. So it could be a woman involved. It could be you. You could be the woman. And bouquet. I'm kind of getting like this energy of loving up on yourself a little bit more. You know, you might have committed to things that, you know, are dead situations where you're like, yeah, I can't keep on committing to that anymore, whatever that is. Let's see. Let's get a couple from the Cosmic Insight. We have 2 other decks to pull from. That ball rolling. We're gonna make the rest of this reading pretty quick. Just gonna dive in. So we have no. It says it's not the right time. In the middle of the deck there. So I am getting this energy of, you know, there has been this redundancies like crazy there. I'm getting this message right now when it comes to something that you've been asking yourself, like, you know, is this the right situation to continue to pour into? Is this the right situation for me? So on and so forth. The answer is constantly no. I'm even getting that it holds you back from the things that you're trying to, you know, work towards and or manifest for yourself. So it's kind of like a question of, you know, I heard battle of will. What do you do about that, right? You know, you've remained so, I heard stronghold. You know, you have this strong hold on you of something that you've committed to for a very long time, and you're realizing more and more, this is just not it for me. I can't do it anymore. It's depleting you. You feel so depleted and just like a lot of different, we talked about it very early in the reading. I'm like, I'm getting different physical ailments to this point. Like, it's too much. It's too much to bear, and it's not your problem anymore. Certain things are just not your problem. Wow. Bottom of the deck, they'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. Somebody come in with some type of communication. So it's like, what do you do with that, right? And it's good to be prepared for these kind of things when they come up, right? Because it's like, you know, we in all kind of weird spaces and doing weird ass shit, and it's like, okay, so right here we got, wow, what up? Make sure nothing else flips. So this changes, I wouldn't say it changes anything, but for some of you, we do have, they'll be back here again. And I love the fact that you're in King of Swords mode, Care Bear. Good job, good job. But, and that's the card we already saw. But we also have intimacy, sexual chemistry, and reminiscing. So we have both of those cards came out. For some of you, not for all, because we mostly got family stuff going on here. But for somebody, it could be somebody who they had intimacy with, like, ex-husband or wife, ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, the mother or father of your child, that kind of thing. Somebody who you might have cohabitated with. You have a few different things going on, and they might try to come back. That seems very specific. Yeah, that's not for everybody. We have date night on the bottom. Get ready to be wined and dined. So I will say I'm getting more of a warning message here for somebody, that they want you to be aware that that somebody can have ulterior motives, as well as what to say. And what's on the top? Gold digger. They want to use you for your money. So yeah, and that's why they're fucking down. Don't do it. Do not do it. So just be mindful, for those of you, if you're more so resonating with the idea of this being about like a love connection. We mostly got like family, but it's different for everybody, right? I did mention earlier that it could be somebody who you were married to or had like a very lasting relationship with. And I also mentioned that this is somebody who you have a very strong emotional connection with, and then family showed up throughout the reading, and that could look different in different capacities, right? So we are getting that now from this this deck. So this could be for a particular person. Even this is like one person, they thought, ooh, yeah, that's my story, man. They're like, for somebody. Yes, that is your story. Yeah. I'm getting that for those of you who happen to resonate with this part of the reading. You've experienced a lot of challenges, and they just want you to continue to work on that healing process. Yeah. Make a finalized decision that allows for you to focus on that healing, something that's conducive to that. Yeah, see, date night is here again, so be mindful. Yep, that person could be a water sign, or you could be, and I did say that there's like high emotions here, right? So one more. High emotions involved. Someone else. Someone is in the middle. Someone is trying to sabotage this. So there's a third party. For those of you who resonate with this particular part of the reading, there's a third party connection involved. So this person, remember we were talking about, like, there could be something that's very, very emotionally involved here. There could have been a sense of stability at one point. We talked about all of that earlier. Understand that if you had something with somebody who had a strong commitment with, they had possibly another person involved. So this could be a confirmation for somebody. There was cheating, there was, third parties, however way, shape, or form, their exes, or, they were seeing people online, whatever the case. Take the message as it resonates, but for somebody involved. And not involved, but watching this reading, or who watches at a later time, this particular part can be your story. Caution. Proceed with caution. There could be somebody who's about to try to come back in, but there's still a third party connection involved, and they just want you to know. Find out more information. Don't overwork yourself. So proceed with caution. Remember, I was saying something about, I was getting like something about health earlier too. This is giving me caution as well, with this little symbol here. Again, heart health might be important for somebody, so be mindful of, how your heart feels. Especially when we're talking about getting all the emotions involved and stuff like that. It could be one of those things where it's like a lot. You could be taking on way more than you should, and it could be affecting the heart. So just be mindful of that. We have Mercury retrograde here. Electronic issues, communication issues, review everything. I know we got out of a retrograde not too long ago, so some of these things could have taken place like around that time for some. Ooh, pregnancy. Someone is expecting. Interesting. So that could have been a factor for somebody. And if it's not actual pregnancy, it could be more so just like being mindful of what you give life to. What are you putting your energy into? Um, not pursuing any relationships or anything like that that are not conducive to something that also gives life to you, pours into you, is what I'm kind of picking up on here. For somebody, it could actually be like physical pregnancy, but I'm getting more so like, you know, think about what a pregnancy does to a person, right? Yes, on one end, you're giving birth, but you're also being siphoned off of, right? So, have you ever been in relationships or around people who kind of siphon off of you? What that makes you feel like? Why do you think when you're pregnant, if you've ever been pregnant before, you feel like shit the whole time? It's not fun. Pregnancy's not fun. Shit fucking sucks. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Even if you love the outcome, like it's not a fun experience for most of us. Like most of us go through a lot. Even the easier pregnancies, it's like, no, that shit, I couldn't fucking sleep. I was fucking throwing up all the time. I had headaches. I was eating weird shit that I didn't actually like. I got fat. I'm like, I didn't get fat. I was still size 2 at the time of my pregnancy. But I'm just making a point. It could be for somebody, right? And so, Spirit's kind of making it a little bit light of the situation. But like, think about it. If you know what a pregnancy looks and or feels like, it's like it's not necessarily fun, and I am getting this energy of, if a person is siphoning off of your energy, it could kind of feel like that. Like being around them is draining, you feel sick, and you're like, yeah, no, this is just not for me, dog. You know what I mean? This is not for me. All right, so we're going to read from the next deck, which is the Urban Truth. We're not gonna go too crazy though. We do have Detach with Grace. When I split the deck, it says you can leave without anger, you can withdraw without noise, your peace stays intact. So it's definitely giving this energy of being able to, remove yourself from certain situations where if it's been, really feeding off of you and depleting you, it's okay to bow out gracefully. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to, hold on to that weird energy anymore. And you can do what is necessary for yourself, for your health, to be able to move forward, is what I'm kind of picking up on. And I do hope that makes sense so far. Silent judging is here on the bottom. It says your face your face says what your mouth won't. Silence speaks louder than words. Someone is quietly evaluating the situation. I don't know if that's you. It does say your face. So some of you guys might be watching people now a little bit more closely, and you're like, nah, fuck you, nigga. Too good to be true. Maybe you're realizing that about somebody or some situation. Something feels overly perfect. Intuition senses a hidden truth. Look beneath the charm. So it's like, this motherfucker, I don't trust this motherfucker. As far as I could throw him, you know what I mean? Like, I don't trust that motherfucker as far as I could throw him. Yep, and you might be, again, detaching with grace. It's like, yeah, no, I'm good on that. Let's get like 2 from here, Spirit. I'm picking up on just 2 on this one, but, we'll see what Spirit has to say. I'm not gonna pick up, that many cards, Spirit. They almost gave me like 6, 7 cards. What are you doing, Ren? Looking out the window? What time is it? 9:30. It's like how it's getting darker later. I like it too. It's almost fall time. It's almost time for cute sweaters and boots and scarves. All the cute things. I can't wait. Love fall. Alright, so we have stop people pleasing. Interesting. Their effort is not your responsibility. You are allowed to disappoint people. Your truth deserves peace. Very, very interesting. Wow. So, okay, listen to this. We have stop people pleasing, and then we have stop chasing approval. Stop worrying about what other people have to say about you. Yeah. You're losing that spark within yourself by trying to feed into everybody else and what they want from you. No, you can't do that. Drama storm. You're worried about what can ensue if you decide to focus on yourself. You can't help everybody else all the time. You just can't. And we picked up on that already. You can't do it. You know, you're only one person, right, Ryan? What do you think? Hey, mommy, why your eyes look like that? What are you doing? Hi. What are you doing? She's like, I didn't necessarily say come over here. I just said hi. Hi, baby. What's up, baby? Why your eyes look like that? Did you just wake up or something? Alright, let's keep going. One more from here, Spirit. Ooh, I like that. Upgrade your life. Small improvements compound fast. Your habits shape your future. You're building a better version of yourself. I like that a lot. Like that a lot. Bottom of the deck. Mixed emotions. And the thing is, you know, and that makes all the sense in the world. It really aligns with what we've been seeing, right? This energy of, you know, you're like, fuck. Like, I want to be there for myself. I want to do these things for myself. But I also feel like I have to be there for everybody else. You can't. You can't do it all the time. You really can't. I feel excited and scared at the same time. Your heart can't choose a direction. Both possibilities feel real. And that's so true. It's like you can't, you know, it's okay to, you know, I guess embrace all those feelings. And that's okay. You know, your feelings and emotions, they're very, very real to you. They're subject to, you know, your own personal experiences and what you have going on. And nobody can really tell you how to deal with that other than yourself. Don't beat yourself up for how you feel. Whether it's a little bit of anxiety or even sometimes, you know, frustration, right? With other people in your life. You're like, fuck, man, you guys fucking get on my goddamn nerves. I love y'all, but y'all niggas is getting on my nerves. Like, you might feel like that sometimes. And it's okay. All those emotions and feelings are okay. But this is also a time not to keep people pleasing. You know, I just had a whole conversation with my girl recently about being my authentic self. I am still struggling with that. Like, I am always so worried about everybody else, and I'm like, well, I can't do this because this person's gonna feel this way about me, or I'm gonna hurt them, or like, you know, it's like, no, you can't do that. You can't keep doing that. We have spilled the tea here. Conversations are happening without you. Oh boy, people could be talking shit about you behind your back and you don't even know. Information spreads, and that could be one of the reasons why you're worried. Information spreads fast. Expect hidden truths to surface. Those real feelings, perhaps, about how they really feel. Especially once you tell them fuck you and no, and you set boundaries. That could be a thing. The number 11 might be significant for somebody at this time. Let me know if that resonates. And we have text me back. So, you know, maybe you're gonna ghost somebody and you're gonna be like, yeah, no, I'm good. Or somebody's gonna ghost you and you're gonna feel a way about it. But at the end of the day, you know, it's given kind of like a what you shit doesn't make me eat kind of thing. It's like, that's your own personal problem, and I don't have to, you know, be there for you right now, because it's just not. Oh wow, as I talk about the number 38, the number 11, I was like, I'm picking up on 11 before I even did anything. We have on the bottom of the deck before I even shuffle, and it's also, and I always say, I think that's so cool when this happens, the cover art of a deck. So we have the spirit world, number 38, adds up to 11. Before I even shuffle, it says the spirit world. The spirit realm is communicating with you, whether through symbols, synchronicities, or inner knowledge. Be open to receiving connection and support from guides, ancestors, and loved ones beyond the veil. Wow. I like that a lot. All right, let's split the deck. Second chance. An opportunity you thought was lost, finding that you thought was lost is finding its way back to you. Second chances are rare gifts. Accept this one with gratitude, but ensure you step forward differently than before. Yeah. Alright, let's do some shuffles. I'm gonna get like 2 to close out, and that'll be the end of the reading. I appreciate you guys for being here for going on 2 hours. I did not expect to be on this long. I thought this was gonna be quicker than that. But this is fun. It was different, right? For those of you who were able to watch from like the earlier stages of the reading, how did you feel about that? Did you guys like doing it with the tarot slash Celtic cross first, and then going into the oracle, or do you prefer it the other way around? That I usually do the oracles first and then kind of build a reading around that. Let me know in the comments. Definitely did something a little bit different today. I've also done just tarot only, like straight up no oracle at all, and I've also done only oracle. So I do little different things on here, whatever spirit kind of guides me to do. But I also like your input, and let me know what you guys think. What did you enjoy, or if you enjoyed anything? So we'll kind of keep that momentum going if that's something that you guys enjoyed. Agreement is here. It says common ground is found, creating the space for resolution and peace. Harmony will emerge not from forcing your will, but from allowing understanding to bridge the divide. So Spirit is kind of saying, it's okay to have this energy of a little bit of contention from time to time, but when you're able to find that middle, my ear just rang when I said that. When you can find like that middle ground, it's the right ear, so that's a pretty good sign actually. Being able to, like, if one of your biggest concerns is like how people are going to view you and things like that, and your relationship moving forward with certain people in your life, especially family, like I'm kind of getting that you will actually be able to come to an agreement more than you actually think. So if you're worried about it, they're just letting it will be fine. There might be a little bit of back and forth, a little banter, and that's okay. So yeah, it could be a blessing in disguise for somebody. We have blessing in disguise here on the top. It says, what feels like a loss or a failure is actually a blessing in the grander scheme of things. Though the meaning of this moment may still be unclear, its purpose will ultimately be revealed with time. I like that a lot. Wish fulfillment is here in the middle of the deck. Let this be your confirmation that your wish will be fulfilled. The universe is orchestrating the perfect circumstances upon its arrival. I like that. Yeah, Running Man, my baby. And that's really cool, Jean. I love tarot too. Obviously, I do it right, but yeah, I combine the tarot with the oracle. So there have been, like I said, there's been times where I've done nothing but just tarot. There's been times where I've done nothing but oracle. A lot of times I combine them, but I usually have like a little bit of a system. Like I'm like, oh, we're gonna, Spirit kind of guides me to my oracle cards, and they're like, we're gonna pull from here, 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 and here, and here. And I'm like, okay, cool. I do like the tarot kind of in the middle of the reading type of thing. So I like to switch it up from time to time and see what Spirit says. And today they said, no, we're gonna do a Celtic cross, straight up Celtic cross. Just go in there and see what Spirit, what the collective needs to know this time. So I like to do it differently from time to time. We have vicious cycle. You are caught up in a pattern that repeats itself, holding you in a place of frustration or stagnation. Step back, identify the root cause, and make a conscious choice to break free. Now, we did pick up a very strong energy of this having to do with mostly family for a lot of you guys. And it's not family in and of itself. It's something about relationships that you hold really near and dear to your heart that make it hard for you to distance oneself or set boundaries. Wow, as I say that, on the bottom of the deck we have cutting ties. Not all connections are meant to last. Some bonds become chains holding you back from the life that you are destined to live. It's time to cut the ties that no longer serve you. It's here at the bottom of the deck with the vicious cycle card. Just saying. Alright, one more from here, Spirit. And like I said, this is going to look different for different people, right? But there's something that you're committed to that you absolutely love and adore, but you're starting to just feel that tug on you now. And it's like, you have to do what you have to do for yourself. So we have smooth sailing flipped in the middle of the deck. It says, the waters are calm and your journey should progress smoothly without major obstacles or disruptions. The universe supports you as you flow effortlessly toward your destination. Love it. Bottom of the deck, we have overcoming. I love that too. Nice. I was looking at numbers. I was getting the numbers 8 and 10. Like I was picking up on it earlier. I just didn't say it, and then now I'm starting to see that some of the cards have like a correspondence to that. The more I'm looking, because I didn't pick up on it before, but yeah. Let me know if those numbers resonate at all for any of you. Yes, 8 definitely sticking out like a sore thumb right now. Something about 8. Yeah, 8 is sticking out a lot. Like I'm trying to read this card, but something about that number 8. 8 holds, pretty significant meaning just in general. It could mean like infinity, cycles. It could also represent prosperity. So, interesting. All right. So, like I said, it does say overcoming here. It says the wall before you seems daunting, but you are stronger than you think. Gather your strength, focus your mind, and you will move through it, leaving doubt behind. I like that. So if self-doubt has been an issue for you, you're moving past that cycle. Financial stress. Ooh, let's talk about it. Let's not talk about it. Yeah, financial stress could be a thing for some of you. Maybe that's one of the things you're overcoming. And we did kind of pick up on that earlier in the reading, though. Like, one of the big things that was showing up was something about either your frame of mind around, wow, coming back full circle, your frame of mind around money, or circumstances around money that have been stressful. We did talk about that way earlier in the reading, early parts of the reading. Wow. Very, very interesting how it's all coming back full circle. If you watch it from the beginning, you'll see. I'm not making it up. Financial challenges are a mirror reflecting where realignment is needed. Yes, and I did talk about, maybe needing to restructure your way of thinking about money. I did say that earlier. The flow of abundance hasn't stopped. It's waiting for you to step on to the path where your efforts and purpose align. Wow. Oh shit. That one's sticking out like a sore thumb. Some of you guys might not like what you do for work. Getting that too. This might be a time to start reevaluating what you want to do for work. Because we have to make money. Here, as humans on Earth, in this 3D world, we have to, that practicality is important, Somebody doesn't feel aligned with their friend. Are you doing zoomies right now? Are you serious right now? Yeah, my hair going back and forth. I think she's doing zoomies. Yeah. Might be time to move on from a job or something. Yeah, it's who is that? I don't think that's Jefferson. I don't know who that is. But leveling up here in the middle of the deck. I was getting number 11. I know it says 10 on here, but if you look up here and that chandelier, that's the first thing I saw before I even saw the number on the card itself. Leveling up. You are not who you once were, and the universe is calling you to rise. Growth is rarely comfortable. Very true. And this new level will demand more out of you. So, you know, I did, one of the first things I was picking up on earlier was the sense of, like, leadership, right? Stepping into a role that's uncomfortable and you're like, I don't know if I could do it. I was picking up on that very early in the reading. It was one of the first things I was picking up on. And, you know, for some of you, it's either like actual like leadership, like within a role at work, within family. Ooh, I just got kicked out of my reading. Am I back? What did you guys miss? Let me know in the comments. I got kicked out of my reading. I didn't even realize. But, yeah, I was saying how, you know, for some of you, this leadership is about this energy of taking on a new role, like at work. And for others, it's more about taking on something different within family. And you're like, oh, this is rough. I don't know if I really want to do it. Either way, a lot of it has to do with finances and also matters of the heart. And it's like, whoa, this is a lot. It's very stressful, which really rounds up this whole reading, this sense of commitment, right, to the things that you love and you care about, but understanding that these things, as much as you love and care about them, they don't always love you back in the same way, right? There's not always that return. I got a little bit lightheaded when I said that. Like, there might not always be like this return of, what am I hearing? Return of investment. That's what I'm hearing. Return of investment. So it's like you invest the time, the energy, the love into certain things. Yep, that's what Spirit's trying to say. And it's like it makes you feel loopy. It makes you feel out of sorts. It takes from you. It zaps your energy. Being around certain situations and or people literally might make you feel sick sometimes. Let me know if that makes sense in the comments. And it's a lot. You're biting off more than you can chew by trying to be there for too many people and pulling yourself too thin into many different areas. So this reading really is about being able to understand that and set a boundary where needed. That's what's happening here. There's a boundary that needs to be set, and being able to recognize that is what we're getting in this reading mostly. We talked about a lot of things, but yeah, understand that you can't satisfy everybody, and that's okay. You can't be there for everyone. Perfectly okay. Be there for yourself. Be there for those who also show up for you equally. If they're on some bullshit, then you know what you gotta do. You know you have to. So just be aware, right? That kind of thing. Recognizing that. That's the big thing that I think we're getting in this message. And again, it's hard because you love these people. But you have to do what you have to do. Okay. And I thank my moderators for being awesome and doing what you guys do the best, right? You guys are the best. You guys are absolutely amazing at all of those things. Hi, Sonia. How are you? Hope you're doing well, my love. So, yeah. I just want to be nosy because I didn't see the comment. But yeah, all right, with all that said, guys, I am going to go eat. Sorry, it's almost 10 o'clock. Yeah, I'm starving. I haven't eaten since like 10 this morning. So yeah, we are going to wrap it up. And yeah, so Randy, you want to say hi to everybody? Want to say hi? Yeah? Come here. I knew you were gonna say it. Like, say hi. Hi. And say hi. Say hi to everybody. She was with me all day, right, Randy? Randy, you were with me all day. We had all of our cuddles. Yeah, we did. She's not. So she's like, "Well, mom, I was trying to give you space, but now you ruined it." Hi. I know. It's time to cuddle. Go watch some more Charles Manson documentaries like we were watching on Netflix. All right. All right, my loves. I love you guys so much. You guys are just the best. I'm so appreciative of you guys. I say it all the time. I know. But yes, keep on, being amazing. Keep on setting healthy boundaries, making sure that, you keep your mental intact, right? Your emotional and your spiritual all intact. All of that. Your physical, I didn't say that already. All of that intact, right? Make sure you're feeling aligned within yourself. But yeah, keep on just being, very, very cognizant about that. Okay. Um, but yeah, you guys keep keep rocking it. Okay. You guys are the best. Grateful for you. And if you're new to the channel and haven't done so already, hit that like button, subscribe. This is what we do here. We're just trying to spread that love and light around. And every once in a while we get a little bit messy and we be dipping into other people's business and shit. You know, people within our own energy, of course. But we got keep it keep it light over here. Because we gotta do that too. Gotta be like, okay, what's going on in that motherfucking business? They all up in mine. Let's see what's going on there. Oh damn, they gonna do karmic shit. Well, now we can laugh. No, I'm just joking. Where am I? But no, seriously. You guys have a great rest of your night. I'll probably check up on you guys. We'll see. Oh, we'll see how I feel on Monday. Cause, all right, I know I can't do it tomorrow. But Monday we'll see, because I'm back at work now. So I know that Monday is my last prep day before the kids come in. So I'm like, for those of you who know, I'm a teacher or assistant teacher. So I'm just like, gotta get back to reality. And I'm just like, and I'm working with a brand new teacher at our school. So I'm just like, it's a lot. I have new staff, and I'm just like, whew, it's a lot to take on. So but I like her so far, so we're gonna keep it rocking. So we'll see. But I have to be, mentally prepared for Tuesday. So Monday, we'll see how I feel. If I do go on, it'll be earlier in the afternoon, like maybe 5. Not okay. So that's not early in the afternoon; it's early evening. But we'll see. No promises. But yes. Ooh, back. All right. So with all that said, I will check up on you guys soon and keep you updated and all that stuff. But until next time, I love you. You guys have a great rest of your night and your weekend. And until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Love you guys.